Hi. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dom. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I typically make bookish content, movie content, and anything else in between, because I like to do whatever I want on this channel, and tonight's going to be movie content. Tonight we're going to do another classic horror film reaction. Tonight is going to be 1954's, I think, early 50s. It came out in the early 50s. The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I actually have no idea what this movie is about other than what the title suggests. I've never heard of this movie until like a year or two ago, and it just amazes me because I was reading up on it a bit just so I kind of knew what I was going into, but he's apparently part of like the Monster League. And it's just so funny because I feel like no one ever talks about this movie. And what's funny too is that when I saw the poster, I actually recognized the creature. So now I finally get to learn the origins of that like one monster you see in Halloween Town in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Because he makes a few appearances. And like for the longest time, I just thought he was designed by Tim Burton for the movie. But no, he's based on an actual creature, and I get to learn about that today. Yep, so that's all I got for this intro, so let's just jump right into it.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth...
Okay, some biblical references.
...and void. In infinite variety, living things appear and change and reach the land, leaving a record of their coming, of their struggle to survive, and of their eventual end.
Evolution. We love to see it.
What that is, Dr. Bahia?
I don't know, Luis. I have never seen anything like this before. I want a man in camp at all times. Police will be in charge.
This in a recent video, but I miss when movies just got to the point like this. Like the movies back then, at least horror movies, since those are the ones I've been watching lately. The horror movies got straight to the point right away. Every time they show shots like that, I'm just expecting the creature, so now I know when he first appears again, or it's the second time he appears, I guess, probably gonna scare the shit out of me.
One that spent a great deal of time in the water.
Well, then how do you account for the structure of the fingers? Obviously for land use. What do you think, Dr. Matos?
We can be sure of one thing. Whatever it was very powerful.
This lungfish, the bridge between fish and the land animal. Many thousands of ways nature tried to get life out of the sea and onto the land. This one failed.
Learned a lot about the lungfish in my evolution classes.
Certainly your board couldn't disapprove.
It certainly couldn't.
Dr. Maya, you've got yourself an expert.
I don't know why, but she kind of, like, to me, like, they can't be twins. They can maybe be cousins, but she looks like Robin from How I Met Your Mother, and it's kind of driving me bonkers.
No! No! No!
Oh. Okay, such violence.
Assuming, of course, that Dr. Maya's facts are well-founded.
Dr. Maya is a scientist, not a fortune teller. How can he guarantee anything?
Well, it seems to me a scientist has need for both vision and confidence.
I didn't mean it as any personal criticism, Doctor. It's just that
There's always got to be a doubter in all these situations. She also looks like a girl I went to high school with. Maybe that's another thing that's throwing me off.
Come on!
Oh no.
Where's Kay?
Kay!
How do you not hear that coming out of the water, though?
We might still turn failure into success.
Well, there's just one thing, Mark. Going into unexplored territory with a woman.
I'm not afraid, David, and we've come this far.
Yeah, I know, but...
Just get married.
My boys call it the Black Lagoon. The paradise. Only they say nobody has ever come back to prove it.
No, thank you.
We'll do it.
Sounds scary to me.
We've only been together for 6 months.
How much time do you think you'll need?
From where I'm sitting, I'd say a lifetime.
Aw.
We may not even have a lifetime.
In that case,
Is that foreshadowing? Is that what's it called? Is that a death flag?
Black Lagoon.
Beautiful.
Another world.
Oh my god. Hello. He looks kind of derpy. I love him.
Hey, what was it like down there?
Like another world.
I'd like to see it.
So dramatic. She has great eyebrows. She's swimming too far away from the boat for my liking. The makeup on that creature is amazing, though. I shouldn't say makeup and costuming. This just, maybe it's because I'm so sensitive to my surroundings, but how do you not feel someone swimming that close to you? That's, ooh, that's scary. I don't like that. I wonder if it was hard to swim in that costume, I mean. I'm here fearing for her life, and she's doing tricks in the water. Girl. I was gonna say, how do you not feel that? Oh my god. Nope, I'm swimming away. I can't do this. I'm swimming away.
Miss Lawrence! You're too far out, Miss Lawrence!
Thank you.
Thanks, Lucas.
Hey, that wasn't a very smart thing to do.
I'm thinking he's gonna pull her down. Oh.
Whatever the species might be, if you let it alone, it won't bother you.
Yeah, maybe. But if you're wrong, this harpoon will correct any mistakes.
Like my one thing with, you know, like carnivorous animals, like sharks especially, like just leave them alone. Man, they won't attack you. They're not like these monsters. If anything, you're invading their home. Not to go on my like zoology
back home,
rant here, but
you're
still.
still working for me.
Ooh. That's so subtle. I love that.
What makes you think we're supposed to play tag with the thing, whatever it is?
I tell you, we can learn more from it if it's alive.
Please, what is it you found?
Just leave it the fuck alone, too.
If it's what I think I saw, it's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
Well, I've got the proof here in my lens.
Yeah, you're like trying to kill it. Okay. This is a horror movie. I'm not supposed to be on the creature's side.
For a merman, he takes a fine picture.
This wasn't imagination, Doctor.
I'm sorry, David.
What proof do we have if we never find it again?
Oh.
Stop.
What happened?
Chico is gone.
Why did I jump? Oh my god.
There are many strange legends in the Amazon. Even I, Lucas, have heard the legend of a man-fish. Over here! Quickly!
Even now, I'm sure there's like, I mean, not to take this so seriously, but even now, oh shit. But even now, I'm sure there's like creatures in there we haven't discovered yet. So little of Earth's waters have been researched. Is it gonna be the cigarette he wants? Yeah. His face just looks so derpy. I can't. It's so endearing. God, that costume had to be hell on earth to live in.
Come on. You talking to me, Mark, or something out there?
Both, David. They won't believe it back home. None of them.
Just as we've only touched on outer space. We don't entirely rule out the possibility that there might be some form of life on another planet. Then why not some entirely different form of life in a world we already know is inhabited by millions of living creatures?
Mermaids could be real for all we know. It is funny too because they're talking about like outer space and stuff. I'm pretty sure we've explored outer space more than we have about Earth's waters. Like I think we actually know more about outer space than our seas. This movie makes me feel like we need more horror movies when it comes to water. Like so many weird things live down there. And that's just from what we know. Like real life's Earth's waters could just be a horror movie in and of itself. Oh, you believe now.
There he is.
Oh. He doesn't look so derpy anymore. He looks weird. Can you just imagine being in like a pitch black area, shining a light, and that's what you see? No thank you. These old movies are making me miss when people knew how to properly light their films too. We could tell it's pitch black out, but we can also see what the hell's going on. And I miss those days. That's scary to me. I don't like that. Nature's scary.
Well, anytime you're ready, Lucas, we can start back.
Mark, we're not finished here yet. We've got to make a study of that grotto. We've got to collect photographs.
I've
data.
got all the proof I need. Get going, Lucas.
Mark, we're not going anywhere until we've finished our work.
Oh. Ooh.
It's not as easy as that.
Why not?
Well, if it weren't for Mark Williams, I wouldn't have my work or even a job.
That's true. He helped you through your training and gave you a job, but... And another thing.
I jumped a little. Oh, his whole face. Yikes. This is why we gotta leave nature alone. See, my zoology major is telling me that technically these people impeded on his home, his as in the creatures, but the human in me who knows I would be scared shitless in this situation, yeah, you know, I would try to probably beat him up too, but so the moral of the story is just leave nature alone because we are not the strongest out there, y'all.
We didn't come here to fight with monsters. We're not equipped for it. We came here to find fossils. Later, we can come back with a properly equipped expedition. Be reasonable.
Reasonable? What, they're staying until we get him?
Or until somebody else gets killed. No, we're not. Lucas, we're getting out of here just as fast as we can.
You always need that crazed scientist on your team.
We will do as you say.
You'll listen to me.
You'll listen to me.
You wish to say something, mister? Huh?
I feel like it's not a true 40s, 50s flick until someone says, you listen to me.
I tell you, nothing was there when we came in.
It was put there to keep us from getting out.
By him.
I checked below for damage.
Dun,
I
dun,
go aft and
dun.
keep watch.
You don't know what this can mean, David, to all of us.
Mark, you're not going with me.
I am.
Oh. All in the name of science. Why does that get me every time? It's just so quiet, and then that, like, screaming orchestra. Oh, dude. Okay, let's hope they work together, don't ruin things. Oh. I'm not even supposed to be on the creature's side, and I'm still like, oh my god, every time he gets shot. Underwater scenes in movies have always, like, intrigued me, especially, like, back then with the technology, with the lack of technology. Just because, like, the amount of time and effort that has to go into choreographing all this, and I can't imagine, like, the panic if something slightly goes wrong. Wait, his tube thing, oh, it disconnected, did it? Am I just imagining that? Dang.
How much rotenone have we got left?
Oh, not enough.
Enough to use in a spray gun?
What? Oh, you mean to kill like a mosquito, eh?
Her brows are so good, come on. He can't even scream for help. A tough cookie, that creature is. He's gotten stabbed, sprayed, and he's still going. Good for him. Well, I mean, he's the villain, shouldn't be praising him, but still. Tough cookie. Who keeps texting me at 3:15 in the morning? I love how he moves in slow motion, too, when he's out of water.
Almost got it.
Oh god, I don't like that. No, I don't need this close-up. Stop it. No.
Hey! He got it! He got it!
Always gotta be a damsel in distress in these movies. We love to see it. That's so picturesque. How romantic.
Get back, Kate. Get back.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, he had to be dead. That's so interesting. Survived a stab with a harpoon, but not a... He couldn't survive 3 bullets. Hi! So I didn't want to film a conclusion to that video the day of because by the time I finished watching the movie, it was nearly 4 in the morning. I was falling asleep, I was super tired, and I wanted to sleep on my thoughts a little bit because they were jumbled at the moment, because at the moment I couldn't decide if I really liked the film or not. However, I didn't realize until I was editing this video that I just completely forgot to film the conclusion. So here I am on November 9th filming a conclusion despite the fact I filmed this video probably in like 3rd week of October. We're a hot mess over here, y'all. My hair's not even brushed. That's why I'm wearing a hat. For a baseball team I don't even root for. I root for the Cubs, not the White Sox. So anyway, final thoughts on this film. I liked it. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I don't dislike it by any means. I thought it was really fun. It is still kind of funny to me that it's one of those movies people don't really talk about anymore. I know at one point, I think they announced they were going to remake the movie with Ariana Grande, but I don't know whatever happened with that. In fact, I forgot all about it until watching this movie. I have since researched the film since finishing the movie, so now I know he's apparently actually not dead at the end of the film because there are a ton of sequels that he's featured in. So basically just some other thoughts I have on this film. It actually wasn't until I was editing that I learned to appreciate this, but watching the film and how some of those scenes kind of dragged on, in my viewing, I was kind of getting a little annoyed with it, but it wasn't until I was editing that I actually appreciated what the filmmakers were doing. Because I feel like by dragging out those peaceful scenes where they're swimming underwater and taking photos or playing around, just not looking at their surroundings, it makes the sudden appearance of the creature much more scary, or just much scarier, especially with that screaming orchestra I talked about at one point. Because it makes you feel that sense of calmness and like nothing's gonna happen. So you feel relaxed, and then boom, something starts screaming or something's booming, something's swimming around, and it works. It manipulates that fear factor in a good way, I think. Another thing I appreciate about this film is the conversations of evolution. I thought that, especially for when this film came out, I thought it was interesting that they bothered to mention it, especially because to this day, even now, evolution is still like a very touchy topic. It's just interesting to me that back in the 50s, they dared to talk about it. I still stand by what I said. We should just leave nature alone so we do not get attacked. Listen, I know it's a horror movie. You know, it's a monster movie. Run away from the monster. Monsters are scary. However, these people technically impeded on the creature's home. Y'all had it coming. Like, what did you think was gonna happen messing with nature, you know? So I'm a huge advocate of just leaving it be, taking your pictures from afar. Don't purposely try to threaten it, because now everyone's dying like they did in this film. It's the zoology major in me, I'm sorry. And I guess the last major point I have to say about this film is, once again, I really appreciate that costume. It just looks like a bitch to move around in, and like while editing, I was kind of still flabbergasted by how good it looked. Even despite the derpy face it had in the beginning, it still looked great. And actually, I do have like one more thought that came to mind. I remember like when sitting there watching it, I was reminded of The Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro's Shape of Water. If you don't know what that's about, it's about, I think it actually takes place in the 50s too, either the 50s or 60s, but it's about a woman who falls in love with like a sea monster. And I was wondering throughout the film if Del Toro was inspired by the creature of the Black Lagoon. And then during my research, I did read somewhere that Del Toro was inspired by this film. So that's interesting. And once again, now we know now I know where that one creature thingy from Nightmare Before Christmas is from. Because all this time, I just thought it was a made-up creature from Tim Burton's mind. This one didn't find any heads in the lake, though.
Perhaps it's the head that I found in the lake.
That's really all I have to say about this film. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. Comment, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. And without further ado, I'm going to peace out, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao, tutti.